This is J.A. Falkerson with Culturally Coded Content, and I just wanted to welcome you to tell that story, write that book, Finding Success as a Kindle Author. This is the first introductory lecture to the course, so buckle your seatbelts. First thing I'd like to do is just provide an overview of what we'll be talking about during this lecture. I'm going to start out by just talking about who I am. And then I'm going to make a distinction between the business writing that I do and the personal writing that I do, because the personal writing is pretty much what I do as a Kindle author. So I just want to really spend some time on that. I also want to answer this question that's probably at the forefront of most people's mind, and that is, why should I publish on Kindle? So I have some answers to that question, so stay tuned. And then I will talk about what will this course cover. There are five things that I'm hoping to communicate to you so you can become a successful Kindle author. And then the last thing, and this is where we'll end with I'll provide my email address where you can actually direct all your burning questions. So many of you are probably asking yourself, who is this J.A. Falkerson and why should I trust him? Well, for starters, I'm a writer, speaker, and educator at Culturally Coded Content. Many people would call me an independent contractor. And as far as Culturally Coded Content is concerned, it is a creative writing and community education firm located in North Texas. I'm also a graduate of the University of Tennessee, go Vols, and I majored in social work, got my undergrad degree and my graduate degree, and I also completed 18 credit hours of coursework in print journalism while at the University of Tennessee. I'm also a professional social worker with over 25 years of experience working in the nonprofit sector. I'm a published fiction and nonfiction author. I'm a member of AWAI, which stands for American Writers and Artists Incorporated, and I'm currently enrolled in the accelerated program for six-figure copywriting. But the thing that I'm most proud of is I'm a husband of 22 years and a father to an 11-year-old boy. Overview, I told you that I was going to give you or make a distinction between the business writing that I do and also the personal writing that I do. And as it relates to business writing, what you need to know about that is that business writing is all about the writing, editing, and proofreading that I do for paying clients. And, here, when it comes to writing, what I'm going to do is produce original copy and or content for publication to your chosen medium. Those mediums could be books, could be direct mail letters, press news releases, brochures, biographies, and the list really is very extensive. But it's all about, really helping clients tell their story using the written word. In terms of editing, normally that just involves anything that you've written. I'm going to, do everything I can to enhance its readability by making edits to it. So I personally, as a writer or editor, if you hire me for this, I'm going to actually do things to make your written piece more readable. Now, in terms of proofreading is basically, me just reading your content or copy and providing detailed notes about recommended changes. And so if you're a business owner or an individual who is interested in hiring me, I invite you to visit my website, and that website is culturallycodedcontent.com. Once you go to that site, you'll be able to learn more about me. You'll also be able to learn more about my services and my rates. And you'll also be able to complete what I call a service request form, which will be sent to me via email, and I'll be able to get back to you within 24 hours, or 24 to 48 hours. So now you know what business writing is all about, but I also wanted to provide some detail about the personal writing, because the personal writing is really really what really defines me as a Kindle author. Through Kindle, I've been able to produce novels, short stories, and self help motivation books. And the next slide, you're going to be able to see, I'm going to take you to my Amazon Author Central page where you'll get a chance to see some of the things that I have produced and I have available for sale on the Kindle platform. And so what we have here, we have our, this is my Author Central, uh, pretty much fan page. And this is a page that Amazon allows you to create to promote your books through Amazon. And what you have over here, you have the your biography. And this just gives readers a sense of who you are and what you're all about. Right here, you have your product that is available for online sale. And these are some of my titles that I currently have for sale on Amazon. And if you can click on any of these icons here and it'll open up the book, and we'll be doing that here in a sec. You also have any author updates. So these are, photos. You got links to your Twitter page or your Facebook page. And so you can click on any of these and it'll take you there. But these get updated as you plug things into Facebook and also Twitter. It's just their sharing feature. You got to actually set that up on those sites. But then down here, you have your books listed again with the pricing here. And so you can see that this first book, Adinkraheen, the Kindle edition is $3.99. The paperback is $7.99. And if you're part of Kindle Unlimited, you actually get the ebook version for 0 cents because that's part of your subscription. And that's how this works. But like I said before, we as Kindle authors, we get 70% of every dollar that's made from our books in royalties. And Amazon, they receive 30%. And I think that's a good trade-off because you're able to use, actually have exposure or access to all the customers that Amazon gets. And again, 65% of the people are actually purchasing ebooks through Amazon. And that right there is a pretty staggering statistic that, that really should convince you that, being a Kindle author is the way to go in this day and age. But I'm going to click on one of these icons. I'll click on this one. And what's going to happen is it takes us to the individual page for this book. And what I like about this, and these are things that they didn't have probably several years ago in terms of features. They didn't have the look inside feature. They didn't have the flip to back feature. They really, in ebooks really weren't big until recently. So the only option we had were paperbacks. So, but you have this right here is a paperback. And if I looked inside of this, you're pretty much going to see what you would see if you purchased a paperback from me. And you only have a few pages that you're able to review before you get to the bottom and they say, would you like to buy? You're also able to flip this to the back. So if you want to see what the actual physical book is going to look like, they give you that chance to do that online. So you can flip it to the back to the front. You also have a description that was written by you as the author. You go further down, you can read information about the product details, more about me as the author. That's pretty much a bio that I had to write. And then you have your customer reviews and things that people say about the book itself. So this is Author Central. So when you become a Kindle author, this is a page you'll be able to create, and and you can actually when you go back here, this right here, this address at the top, is what you will receive. And you can actually take this address and actually post it on your Facebook sites, your Twitter sites, and your websites. And you can actually drive traffic to this specific page to where all your products are listed, and you leave it up to the reader to purchase the books that they want. So the question on your mind right now is, why should I publish on Kindle? Well, I did some research because I knew that that was a question that a lot of people had on their mind. And I went to two sites. I went to sitesale.com and I also went to cnn.com. And they gave me these important facts. Now, sitesale.com reported that Amazon's share of the ebook market is currently around 65%. So that means that more people, or more Americans, or really more consumers worldwide, are actually choosing Amazon as the place to go to purchase their ebook content or even their ebook products, e-readers. The second fact that sitesale.com reported, they said sales of Kindle books at Amazon overtook physical book sales for the first time in 2011. That just means that the ebooks are selling at a higher rate than the physical books, and that was in 2011. Now, I don't have any of the latest statistics for that, but maybe in future videos I'll be able to report if that's still the case. And the third fact that sitesale.com reported, they said many people publish on Kindle to, one, make money, and two, drive new traffic to their websites. And these many people are usually business owners who actually feel that if they publish a book based on the topic of their choice, like if you're a financial advisor and you actually want to be considered a subject matter expert, you could actually hire a writer like myself, and I would come in and help you put your thoughts on paper. We published a book, and the book is posted or made available through Kindle as an ebook, or made available through CreateSpace as a paperback. And what that does, what you can do is, you can have information in that book that will actually drive money or drive new traffic to your website. And on your website, you're going to do some things to really kind of highlight the services that you provide. But by driving that traffic to your website, that is also going to help you make more money. Well, the other site that I went to was cnn.com. And again, we're answering the question, why should I publish on Kindle? And there were two important facts that I found from the CNN.com article. The first fact that I found was they said that the Kindle direct publishing system allows authors to bypass traditional publishers and instead deal directly with Amazon, which claims to be able to publish their books in hours. And I can attest to this because many of the books that I have published through Amazon's Kindle, a direct publishing platform, or their CreateSpace platform, those books, once I upload the content to the site using their step-by-step process, I'm usually able to have my book in the market within 24 hours. So that to me was very impressive. I like the fact that I spent all this time working on something, and then just being able to upload it and make it available as paperbacks and also available as ebooks, really excites me, because I want to get my product to customers as quick as possible. And what Amazon has done is they have pretty much made it user friendly. They have a user friendly process that allows us to get our books to market and also help us build an audience. And there are things that we can do prior to the release of our books that can actually get more people interested in the books that we put out there. And we'll get more into that during another lecture or later lecture. But the second fact that I discovered from CNN.com was that authors receive 70% of the royalties from the sale of their books. Now, as someone who's been doing this for a while, I knew that there was a 70-30 split. And that just means that we as Kindle authors, we get 70% of the profit off each book. And Amazon, they receive 30%. And I think that's a pretty good trade-off, especially when you consider that you're using Amazon's platform or their technology to gain access to all the customers that frequent the Amazon site. You got customers that are looking for different products, but you have a lot of customers that are looking for books, especially ebooks, with the rise of e-readers. So I think, I think this is a really good trade-off, the 70-30 split, and it's something that I like, and really not having to put anything up front. It's just coming out of the profits that I make from the sale of my books. So in saying all that, I just want to invite each one of you, if you're an aspiring writer or an established writer, to join me over the next few weeks as we dive into what it takes to find success as an Amazon or Kindle author. And some of the things that this course is going to cover, you're going to learn how to conceptualize ideas for publication. You're going to learn how to craft books that resonate with readers. You're going to learn how to format books for Kindle. You're going to learn how to publish books using Kindle Direct Publishing. And I probably will also throw in some information about CreateSpace. I'll probably take you through the whole process of going from CreateSpace and then turning your book into a Kindle book. So we'll talk about that. And then the last thing you're going to learn how to market books on Amazon. Because I know many of you are going to have burning questions about about Kindle Direct Publishing and what it takes to upload your information to Kindle Direct Publishing, I just invite you guys to drop me an email at culturallycodedcontent@gmail.com. And I should be able to provide any answers to any questions that you may have, because I've been on this journey for quite some time, and I'm just, I'm just doing this to really share this information with people who are aspiring writers, and also individuals who are like me, who are established writers. And I just want to share this information with you, share information about my personal journey to finding success as a Kindle author. This is information that I don't want to keep to myself. I want to share it because I feel that everybody out there has a story that they need to tell, and they just need a way to get it out of themselves. And I feel like Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform and also their CreateSpace platform has given us pretty much leveled the playing field. So if we have something to say, now we can say it and not be ashamed of it. You want to make sure that it's your best product. And I think as you go through this course, you'll understand what I mean. And you'll understand why I'm so passionate about being able to DIY. And what I mean by that is do it yourself. So let's learn together, and let's be about the business of doing it ourselves. All right, take care, and I'll see you during the next video.